What's up, guys? It's your boys Wokey back out with some more of the Chris Watts videos. But again, this one is going to be centralized on Chris and Cindy, mostly because the big turmoil that Cindy and Shannan had at all times, pretty much. They couldn't get along. Cindy didn't go to their wedding because of Shannan and both of them. But the thing that's funny is a lot of the people that are sticking up for the Watts family are only looking at when Shannan went to North Carolina to go to both houses here and there, and they keep talking about Nutgate and stuff like that. But what about the time that Cindy Watts came to Colorado to watch the girls when she was in Colorado? That's what I would like to see. So what we're going to do is we're going to be watching a video from Zav Girl, another great YouTube channel. If you guys have not watched her already, I suggest you go over to and enjoy her content, her old stuff, her new stuff. She's got tons of videos on other channels as well. I think I've watched quite a bit of her videos. But with that being said, we're going to watch when Cindy Watts went to Colorado. I think this has something to do with the murders because I don't feel that Chris did it 100% for Nicole, because Cindy and Shannan had a lot of beef, and Cindy just keeps blaming Shannan. So we're going to take a look at it. But before we go any further, if you could do me a solid favor and subscribe to the YouTube channel by hitting that white bar icon down the bottom right, hit that bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I've posted that video, and then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you guys so very much for that continued love and support that you guys show on this channel every single day. I can't thank you guys enough. I can't wait to see what the future holds, and I need you guys to help me out. So with that being said, again, go check out Zav Girl. Link is in the description. Go give her some love. We're trying to do a collaboration. Hopefully she messaged me back here very shortly. But with that being said, let's get into the video.
Video is just going to be a kind of compilation of Cindy Watts. I found a few videos in my files that I've collected over the years. The first one is going to be when she comes to visit the kids. She's coming in from the airport. And then there's a video after that of Shannan doing like a live, but she's talking about Cindy just, got into town, and she's about to watch Bella and Cece while her and Chris go out of town for a work trip. So I just thought that was kind of interesting to just kind of show her mood when Cindy has just arrived. I'm not sure if there's a ton to gather here or what you guys will see in it.
You know what I haven't seen? I haven't seen them together, like talking. I've always wanted to see that. So this is definitely going to be very interesting to watch.
Look through it again and kind of just see if you get kind of a certain vibe, because we know that they didn't get along very well. So I just wanted to see if I could kind of look for some signs. And you too, I'd love to hear your input of just maybe some signs of tension. Is she a little bit more stressed? Is just kind of try to read her body language, and because obviously she's not going to say probably much because she's doing a live for the public, but just to kind of read her and see if we could sense some extra stress, because we know Cindy just got into town and she's going to be spending a couple days with her before they go out of town, and then Cindy will be watching the kids. So I just wanted to play it for you guys to kind of get your input, and then I'm going to play a couple parts from Cindy's other two interviews. Well, one that she was just by herself, then one with her and Ronnie.
I haven't seen the one with Ronnie, to be honest.
Where is she? She's right there. Go give her a hug. Go give her a hug.
Look at you! Just look at you! And this one, I love you. I love you. Ah, they are so adorable.
Hey guys! So you're just with me this morning. I just hop out of the shower and I'm getting ready. My mother-in-law's here today, so she flew in to spend 2 weeks with the girls, and her and my father-in-law are going to babysit the kids while we are in Punta Cana. So I'm really excited. We're gonna go to the store and wander around a little bit today. So you're here with me getting ready because it's a busy day for me. I have to finalize our taxes today, so that's gonna be get that out of the way before we leave. So good morning, Christina. Sorry, I'm getting ready. Hey, Mandy.
I see her
Gotta
doors closed.
exfoliate. Best exfoliator for your lips ever. So I wanted to come on here to get ready and talk to you guys because a lot has happened this past year. And this day last year, I made the biggest decision that I had made in a long time, and that was to officially make my initial purchase with Lavelle. Hey, Michelle. So today marks 1 year anniversary for my Thrive experience. And I can't believe it because I almost forgot. Like, I forget what month we're in. So this time last year, I was a free customer for a little over a month with my buddy Mandy. And I finally said, okay, I had enough with the way I felt, and it was time for me to make a change. And I know that I was a skeptic for 14 months. I was the worst friend ever to Mandy. Sorry, the lighting's horrible in here. Morning, Sarah. So I was the worst friend. I ignored her posts. I ignored her text messages. I ignored anything she had mentioned about Thrive. I pretty much ignored her. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I'm a little bit away from the phone.
Whoop.
If I can get ready properly. So anyway, so I was the worst friend whatsoever with Mandy, and she basically didn't give up on me. She knew my struggles. She knew, you know, what I was going through, like health-wise. You know, I had 2 kids, brand new mom still. Even though my daughter's 3, I'm still a brand new mom. So like it was just a lot on me, and I was working 2 jobs, one full-time, one part-time. So I was working about 60 hours a week and still a stay-at-home mom all day long. So I was really exhausted, tired, drained. I couldn't focus. I couldn't think straight.
I feel that way every day.
Look at the eyebrows. I have them now. So, you know, she didn't give up on me, and I finally said, okay, let's do this. I've had enough with the way I feel. What can it hurt to try Thrive? And, you know, worst case scenario is it doesn't work. Thanks, Sarah. Hold on, I need to get a different view. Those are too light. So, I finally just pulled the plug and just said, okay, Chris, let's do this. I need a change. I need something different in my life. And I made the initial purchase to start Thriving. And I'll tell you this, it was, you know, day 1, Chris started with me. So day 1, Chris definitely noticed a change right away. He noticed, he was like, Shannan, I feel like I can run a marathon. And
I wish I could do that.
I didn't feel that initial change, and it took a little bit for me to feel that notice of a difference. And so day 1, sorry, I'm trying to concentrate and put makeup on and make sure I don't do it wrong. So day 1, I didn't notice a change. It wasn't until week 3 that I really had a difference in my Thrive experience. And so,
I think that's funny.
So week 3 was my huge aha moment. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm going to do my best on contouring. So don't mind me. So anyway, so week 3 comes around, warrior face, and I felt amazing. Literally was in my living room in tears with Bella because it was past her bedtime, felt amazing. She was having a ball with her mom that she has not seen in a long, long time, or she only saw once in a blue moon, you know? And so it was huge for me. Point to say is Thrive's changed my life. Like, literally has changed my life. And I am grateful for Mandy for not giving up on me.
See, I'm still watching Shannan right now. And I don't see where people are hating on her. What is there to hate? Like, I don't see it. Am I wrong?
Me, giving me the time that I needed to digest, that I needed a change in my life.
So glad I don't have to put makeup on.
Sticking around and not getting frustrated. I have a lot of those friends right now.
And I think women look beautiful with or without makeup. So you don't have to put it on if you don't want.
Who are not ready. And I get that. I completely 150% understand where that's coming from. Hi, Bonnie. Some of us just need some time, and you know, when we're ready, we're ready. And we just have to embrace that. So I am doing a special today just because it's my 1-year anniversary with Lavelle, and I'm offering a free month prize of Thrive to a non-thriver. You have to be a non-thriver. You cannot be have a free account with anyone right now besides me. So if you already have a free account, it just doesn't count. Private message me. Private message me and I'll send you the details on how to enter. It's very simple. And you'll be glad that you did. So, free month of Thrive on me. Private message me for details, please. The emotions that I've gone through this last year, from my lowest to my high right now. So I gotta blend that a little bit better. So from my lows to my highs, it's been a roller coaster of emotions. I've been truly blessed with amazing, amazing people in my life this year. The one thing that I think I've gained the most from Thrive experience, besides giving myself my life back, my happy back, my confidence that I never had. I didn't have confidence before. It's given me a huge network of family, friends, and people that I didn't have before. I had my friends and I have had family, but the thing is when you go through things in your life, health challenges, things like that, you lose some people. You lose a lot of people. I did. I lost a lot of people over the last couple years. And it's amazing to have a group of people that understand, who are there to support you, to love you, and to be there always for you. It's truly amazing. And I have that now. This year has been a wealth of friendships, people that I reconnected with, that I wasn't friends with before, that we're extremely close now. It's been a truly amazing year, and I can't, it's because of Thrive that has done that, because I am me back again. I'm happy. I want to do things. I want to talk on the phone. I didn't want to talk on the phone before. I didn't want to, it was a chore to get on the phone and talk, because, that's energy, energy I didn't have. So this last year has been amazing. And if you guys want to hear my story, I'd love to share it with you. Private message me. I'd love to chat with you. If you want more information about Thrive, just private message me. I'd love to chat with you. No purchase necessary. Literally, I just want to talk to you. I don't sell the product. It sells itself. The product works, period. It's truly been a wonderful, wonderful year and a blessed year. And I'm grateful for all the friends and family that I have by my side through all this, who've given me, you know, never left my side when I had my lows, you know, when I was out and tired and exhausted and drained and just wasn't ready to be, wasn't there, period. You know, I always put on a fake smile. I always put on a fake face, you know, and let people see what they wanted to see. You know, people always want to see you happy, and that's not always the case. You know, we have our days, you know. So my point is, if I'm getting there, is don't give up on people. You know, not everyone's ready to make a change. I wasn't, and it took me some time to pull the trigger, you know, and Mandy stood by my side and was waiting for me to pull that trigger.
Why now? Why are you guys coming out now to speak with us?
Because we didn't know about the plea deal.
This is Ronnie and Cindy Watts, the parents of Christopher Watts, the man who pleaded guilty to killing his pregnant wife, Shannan, and his 2 children, Bella and Celeste.
We were not allowed to talk to him about it.
They're frustrated because they say his attorneys wouldn't let them ask him anything about the case before the plea.
I asked Chris, if you did not do this, do not confess to something you didn't do, and she shut me down. She completely shut me down.
And just like everyone else, his parents have a lot of questions after he confessed to killing Shannan, claiming he saw her strangle one of the kids.
He said, I'm sorry, I went into a rage and I killed her. And he said, I am so sorry. He says, I've ruined your life, I've ruined my life.
Well, he told me, he said, Dad, I could not put the girls with her after what she did. He said I could not put them with her.
And so instead of putting the girls with her, he decided to put them into
that oil tank, which
an oil tank?
I still don't understand.
I don't understand that either. He's not a sociopath. He's not a psychopath.
A question his parents have is, what was the trigger to
People that have analyzed and critiqued him and his body language say otherwise.
cause all this to happen? Something I asked when I interviewed him when she was reported missing.
Did you guys get into an argument before she left?
It wasn't like an argument. We had an emotional conversation, but I'll leave it at that.
Because she was leaving him or he was leaving her?
He was leaving her.
He just said he wasn't in love with her anymore, he said.
See, I knew it. I knew that they knew. I know that they know or knew. You cannot tell me that they didn't know.
If this actually happened like like they're saying that it did.
She was so on it to say that, oh, he was leaving her. Like, right on it.
That he killed them, then what was the trigger?
If he didn't kill the children, I want him to say so. Let them prove it.
They're just pleading for the truth from their son.
There's a whole lot of unanswered questions about the case, how everything, to me, everything happened too quick there. From a case status thing to a plea.
If he's saying you didn't kill the kids, why do this plea deal?
I have no idea.
The only reason I can think of, he's trying to, for our family and her family, not to have to go through a trial, long drawn out trial. It has been so overwhelming, and I feel like I have to do something to help my son, I need to do something. If he's not going to...
That's why I feel like I have to do these videos, is because I feel like the justice has not been served.
fight, I want to fight for him.
I just want to make sure he's doing the right thing.
Yes.
Chris Watts might have pleaded guilty to all 9 counts against him last week in a Colorado courtroom, but his family says there are still unanswered questions about the case.
I want the truth. I do want the truth to come out. I don't want this to happen to anyone else. You know,
I'm afraid we'll probably never get that truth.
He was a normal kid, and I don't know what happened.
Shannan's family responded to the Watts family interview today, insisting they made, quote, vicious, grotesque, and utterly false statements about Shannan. Watts' family said they believed the version of events laid out in the initial affidavit, that the only reason their son killed Shannan was because he had seen her strangling their children.
What happened to that kid from Pine Forest High School?
What happened to that kid from Pine Forest High School? He met Shannan. That's what happened to him, because that boy, he knew what he wanted to do. He went to NASCAR Technical Institute. It has been a nightmare, a complete nightmare.
What a slap in the face
it has
to Shannan.
been so overwhelming, and I feel like I have to do something to help my son, I need to do something. If he's not going to fight, I want to fight for him.
The Watts family told me they felt Shannan was dangerous. They didn't even go to the couple's wedding. In fact, they believed that Chris knew he was going to get life in prison for killing his wife and disposing of the girl's body. So this is why he confessed to all 9 counts. Shannan's family said, quote, her memory and reputation deserves to be protected, and her family is fully prepared to do so. Steve?
The Watts family told you that there is a letter, and they say that supports their position.
Yeah, there is a letter that they say the defense has. He said in it, he wrote, if anything happens to me, look at my wife. And apparently Chris's sister put that away somewhere, and it supports the case about their contention that Shannan was unstable.
But no more details.
No more detail.
There is no proof, visual, audio, that Shannan was ever unstable. The same way with Chris. There is no visible or anything that showed that he was unstable until he started doing stuff with Nicole Kessinger. That's when it started swindling down. But for them to turn the tides and sit there and blame somebody that was murdered, that's like slap in the face.
Than that, there was a conversation about whether the defense destroyed it. I have no evidence about that, but they say the letter's out there and supports their contention.
I just wanted to include that in there because if you remember Kim saying that the media was all against Chris, didn't even mention this other narrative, and this is the popular media. This is the Denver News Channel reporting. And us YouTube creators are the ones going against some of this narrative. We're the ones taking the raw interviews that aren't biased by the media. We're taking the actual interviews, full interviews, and analyzing them. All the police body cam footage we're analyzing. All the evidence in the discovery, everything they collected at the house. That's the stuff we're looking at. Us YouTube creators, that's the stuff we're analyzing. And to be honest, that's what you're analyzing too, because that's what you're using as a source. That's what you keep quoting as a discovery.
You guys at home,
so you're looking through the same evidence as what we are. So if we're biased, then you're biased. And sometimes the bigger TV corporations and the news reporters, they are, I guess I agree, they could be biased, but that's not what all of us as a community that have been analyzing this case and making videos on this case and trying to figure it out, that's not what we were going by at all. None of us are going by the TV reports or anything like that. So to compare like what we're doing with YouTube to what the big TV news reporters are doing is totally different. So yeah, of course the big corporations are biased. I agree. But that's not us. We're the ones going through all the data, the actual real facts. But I just wanted to show you that even the big TV news companies that you were claiming were biased against Chris were putting the other side of the story out too, because they were interviewing the Watts. So they were talking about that other narrative.
Trash.
So if anything, I feel like YouTube has done a better job at looking at all the facts than some of the major TV stations that she was claiming that we're all biased by when they were talking about it back then. That this narrative, because
Agreed.
Cindy went 100%. On and did that interview. There's also another interview. I'm not sure if I'm going to include it in this video yet or not, but so she got her side out. She got that story out. They got that narrative out at the beginning too. And it was out. The news reporters reported on it as a possibility. So that's not true about Kim saying that there is a bias, that this narrative never got heard because the Watts put it out there. I just wanted to make a point to say that. Okay, so I might as well play that other interview that Cindy did. Here it is.
I wake up every morning just crying, thinking this is not going to be what's going to happen every single day.
Because your son's
it's just
actions?
so hard to get through it.
Because of your son.
I just don't know how to get through it.
What about the Ruseks?
Tell me about his childhood. Did he play sports? Was he in scouts? What kinds of things did
Yes,
did
he
do?
played sports. He played sports from the time he was 5 years old up until he was 17. And he was in basketball, he was in baseball, he was in football, and loved NASCAR. He and his dad went to the NASCAR races all the time. Loved sports, and he was a good kid. Had 2 best friends, and that's who he grew up with, and still are friends with them today. And
how about now?
There's nothing that would have predicted any of this could have ever happened.
Could you be friends with a murderer?
Nothing in his childhood at all. I would have never in a million years thought something like this could happen to him at all.
To
You
him?
didn't see things like him getting into fights? Or...
No fighting. He was quiet, and he got along with people, and he didn't start anything, and he
started something now.
A perfect teenager, tell you the truth. He did not even rebel. He wanted to go to NASCAR Tech. We made that possible for him.
What did he do after he finished school?
He worked at the dealership as a service technician and was making good money and loved it. He bought a toolbox, and he started buying his tools and
threw it all away.
Enjoyed it. He was doing well.
When and where did he meet Shannan?
They met, and
That's where I don't like.
he liked her, she liked him, but it didn't, I don't think that was love at first sight or anything.
That's not what he asked you.
They took a little while and I guess got to know each other and, dated. It was always a little strange that she always said a lot of things about Chris in front of me that I didn't like. Like, this isn't the kind of person I would date.
This is not what he asked you.
He doesn't know how to do this, or he doesn't know how to do that. He looks like a skater boy. Look at his hair.
What's wrong with that?
Look how much stuff he puts on his hair. It was just on and on and on, and I just got a bad feeling.
And they got married in 2012. Did they get married in North Carolina?
They did.
They didn't intend?
How was that?
We didn't attend.
Really?
We didn't attend because Shannan and I just couldn't get along.
That's messed up.
And
I say it today.
I didn't like the way she treated him.
What do you know about their marriage and their issues?
Oh, very little. Very little. You can only observe. I could only observe what I saw when I was around them. Christopher always seemed anxious, and he when she needed something, I mean, he would run. He wouldn't walk, he would run, he would get it. He just always seemed to be right there at her beck and call.
If my fiance asks for a glass of wine, I'm going to go get her a glass of wine. If she's going to want to, I mean, at one time she asked me, can I walk her to the bathroom because she pulled something in her back? Come on. You're supposed to be there for each other.
And did that seem odd to you? Or?
Very odd. It was very odd. He just seemed nervous.
So how much did you see them over these last 6 years?
Probably twice a year. We would go up there.
Which is more than I got to see of my parents because I was in the military. Yes, I did it myself. I left. But for those 5 years that I was gone, my mom and my sister came out once. because it's not cheap. So consider you guys yourselves a blessing to see them like they did, because I was gone for 5 years and I got to see my parents once or twice in that whole 5 years.
Did you stay with them, or?
Yeah, we would stay with them.
Save money.
And stay a week and then come back home.
Tell me about Bella and Celeste.
I would love to do that.
Oh, Bella was just like Chris. Just like him, shy, cautious, conservative. Cece was a ball of fire. I mean, she was fearless, completely fearless.
Like her mother?
She just loved to run. So they were wonderful. It breaks my heart to know that they're not here. They were beautiful children, beautiful children.
Part Chris and part
What
Shannan.
did they call you?
Mimi.
Mimi? And how about Ronnie? What did they call?
Papa.
Do you think Chris loves Shannan?
Oh God, he loved her. Yes, I believe he loved her at first. I believe he did. But I think as the years went on...
No, it is Nicole.
I think it just... being in that kind of a relationship, which the social worker even said that marriage should have ended a long time ago.
I want to know what social worker. That's what I want to know. Where's this social worker that talks and says that this marriage should have been over a long time ago? Where?
Shannan's pregnancy, and what did Chris tell you about that? Was he excited?
It was his idea.
I don't think he was.
It was his idea.
I think it was a shock to him. And he said that they have been talking about divorce. That, they are not compatible anymore. And he was not happy anymore. And I finally thought, he's finally seen the light.
And I take it Chris had never been in trouble with the law?
Never. He's got one speech.
This tells you right here that his parents knew about their possible divorce. But was it Chris that wanted to initiate the divorce? Yeah, Shannan did talk to a divorce person. Maybe she might have been on a thought of divorce because of what was going on. But that does not constitute what Chris did as okay. He murdered his family. He could have just done divorce.
Speeding ticket. Didn't even know about that.
Tell me what happened when they were reported missing. What did you find out? How did you find out?
Here we go.
Who told you?
I think Ronnie called me.
They blame Shannan again.
Ronnie called me and said that they're missing, and I thought, I don't believe it. I didn't believe they were missing. I believe that she was going to punish Chris. She was just going to punish him, take the girls, and just punish him. I had no idea of anything else. Christopher called and said, Mom, they're searching the house. I said, okay, that's fine. I mean, and I still was not worried. I was not worried. I just thought Shannan had run off with girls.
So walk me through the sequence of events over the next few days. Did you and your husband travel to Colorado?
Ronnie did.
Okay.
Ronnie did. And, I mean, Christopher let everybody come in. Her phone is there. Her purse is there. Everything is there.
Because he was foiled in his plan.
But there's no kids, and there's no Shannan. And I was not worried. You know, I thought, she has just gone off, and I'm going to punish you for this, and you can worry about me. But
punish for what?
When Christopher called us, and he said, I said, do you want us to come down now? He said, tell Dad I need him. Tell Dad I need him to come down. I said, what about me? He said, no, Mom, just stay. Just send Dad. And he picked him up at the airport, and they drove to the police station. And Chris still didn't say anything to him.
I don't know.
He had already been interrogated 7 hours prior to that. He had already let the police go into his home, search everything. He was going in for another interrogation. The next thing, after 5 hours, they called Ronnie and said that your son wants to talk to you before he tells us anything. And that's when Christopher broke down and cried and said, "I'm sorry, Dad." He said, "I went into a rage and I killed her after she killed Cece and Bella." And he found out where he is, and then they wouldn't let him see him. He couldn't see him. And so he was going back to the airport when his public defender called him and told him to come back. So, and that's when Ronnie met his public defender. And so, talked to her for a while. And they kept in touch with us and let us know what's going on.
And then what was the next update that you got? Was it?
The next update I got was Ronnie called Jamie and told them they found their bodies. And they rushed over here. Nobody told me anything until they walked through the door. And they told me what happened, and I just fell to the floor. I just fell to the floor. It was unbelievable. And it's been unbelievable ever since. And
what did his attorneys tell you about contact with him, starting with his arrest?
No contact. Everything is recorded. No contact. No letter writing. I didn't see the harm in the letters. Hi son, love you, keep fighting. We are here to...
I always try to look at that keep fighting. Like, what is he fighting for? Like, I don't understand it.
And that scares me to death. It scares me to death to think that he could have done all of this.
He did.
And I don't want to go there.
Possibly with NK.
I don't want to go there right now.
She wants denial.
I don't see why he's pleading guilty. I wouldn't. I'd fight. I'd fight to the end.
Fight for what?
But then you ask yourself, would a normal person dispose of the bodies the way he did? And I would have called 911 if it happened like that.
What would you say to Chris right now if he were sitting here?
If we were by ourselves?
Yeah.
I would say, Christopher, I need to know what happened that night. I need to know what happened.
At least you can ask your son that question. The Ruseks can't do that with Shannan.
I've got to get these thoughts out of my head. What I think.
You can't tell me that he's not told her.
I need to know
by now.
And I think in time he will tell me.
Probably nothing you ever would have imagined you would have faced.
Never. Never. No, and not from the son that I raised and Ronnie raised and our children. We just did everything for them. We worked for them. We wanted them to have a good life, good education, and we stressed education. And they were both doing well. I thought, I knew
should have been stressing
marriages can be bad, but you can get out of them and go on.
Murder.
But I don't know what was going through anybody's mind that night. I mean, I feel too much. I definitely feel everything way too much, and
now it's about her again.
A conscience that I just feel way too much.
What do you want to happen now? What would you hope would happen now?
That he gets released?
Well, I want Chris to have his day in court. I need to know.
He did.
I'd feel wonderful if I could talk to him and he could tell me what happened. And then we can all go on. But if he didn't do it, if he did not do this, then I need somebody to defend him. I need someone to defend him if he did not do this. Do they have the evidence?
They say they collected it.
He's my son. I got to do everything I've got to do everything I can to help, to make sure that he is defended properly.
And the Ruseks are trying to defend their daughter.
But he said this is his decision, so I don't know. There's doubt. I have doubt that he did it. I can't see that he did it.
Who did it?
I just cannot see.
If he didn't do it, tell us who did. And it's not Shannan.
See him doing that as much as he loved his girls. How do you do that? I just don't see it. I just can't see him doing it. I just wanted to make sure that he has, I just wanted a defense. I wanted him to be defended.
He was defended.
And you haven't had any discussions with his attorneys about this?
It didn't work.
No. I asked them, do you know what happened? They said no. We don't. Only person that knows what happened is Chris. Well, then he's told you his story, you know, in the affidavit. They said they would defend him if he wanted to go forward, but he said he didn't want to go forward.
And the bottom line is you would have liked to have been part of that discussion with him before he made that decision.
That's what I thought we were going down there for. At least let us talk to him. Let us talk to him. It would have made all the difference in the world if they would have just let us talk to him. If he was going to do this, what difference does it make who's listening?
Still think the DA had a lot to do with that.
He has our unconditional love. I will never abandon my son.
DA wanted to do it as fast as
He did
possible.
a horrible, if that comes to pass that he did this, then I still love him. He's my son. And I will always love him. And a lot of people don't understand that. And I don't understand that, why they don't.
Well, could you talk a little bit about some things we talked about yesterday? You said, you know, I think your exact words were, he's not the psychopath next door.
He isn't. He's not the sociopath next door. He's not the psychopath. He didn't kill little small animals. He didn't do any of these things. He was a good child. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything that was abnormal about him, except he was socially awkward. You know, he had trouble socializing, but so did I when I was younger. I think you learn that as you grow, and I think he felt a little bit more comfortable in his skin, and he just, I don't think he just had the right person at his side. I don't. That relationship was toxic from the very beginning.
What would you say to Shannan's family if you could talk to them?
God, I'm so sorry this happened.
To us.
You know, for both our families, because we both lost everything. You know, they lost a daughter, we lost our son.
You didn't lose your son.
We lost our grandchildren.
Your son is being suppressed.
We all lost.
No.
Everybody did. And
the Ruseks lost worse.
You'll never get it back. And they were precious. They were so, so precious.
Alrighty, everybody. We'll chat soon.
That's what gets me on this every single time when, like, if let's say my son in the future or my daughters, they meet somebody that I don't get along with. As long as that significant other is making my child happy and making my child grow with them and so forth, and I can see that my kids are happy, I will support them. They're not supposed to be marrying me. They're supposed to be marrying into our family, but they're not marrying me. They're marrying my child. And I feel very wholeheartedly that hopefully my child will find somebody that loves him very much, but also wants to be a part of our family. I don't have a relationship with my mother-in-law or father-in-law because my mother-in-law and I do not get along. But that doesn't make me want to commit murder on my family because I want to be with some other girl or I couldn't handle it. You go to bed, you wake up, you try again. I mean, or you go separate ways or you talk. I mean, there's times that my fiance doesn't want to talk, but sometimes we do talk. But it's just the way that he handled this was the dumbest and most stupid way to do it. He could have divorced. He could have co-parented. Could have been it with NK until she found another badoink or whatever have you, buddy. So I just hate that they put the blame on Shannan when it is part of the Watts family, not physically, but mentally, emotionally, had part in these murders. If it's 90% Nicole, it's 10% the Watts family because of them just being so pushed back on having Shannan as a in-law or a son, or an in-law, a son-in-law or a daughter-in-law. They just, again, like I said before, nobody probably would have been perfect for her Chris. Chris was never going to be happy with anybody unless it was his mother. With that being said, comment your thoughts down below. Please keep up with the subscribes, the shares with your friends, the like button. It's free to do. It's easy to do. And why not? Do you see any connection? Do you see what the similarities in Chris to Cindy? You can definitely see the demeanor that Shannan had towards her in-laws being there, but she was willing to try to make it work. And unfortunately, it went south and she probably wanted. Again, thank you guys for watching. Please take care, be safe, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys in the next video.